We're going to start this unit we're going to divide decimals now. That's the last thing we have. You already know how to multiply them. You know how to add them. You know how to subtract them. You know how to compare them. You know how to put them in order. Everything else. So dividing is our next step. Okay? Now, the nice thing about dividing decimals is it's kind of like multiplying decimals, where we just ignore it at the beginning. So this is number 3 on page 311. It's $8.24 divided by 8. So what we're going to picture here is just 824 divided by 8. Okay? And then I'll show you what to do with the decimal at the end, kind of like multiplying. First things first, there's one piece of advice I'm going to give you on dividing decimals, is keep it neat, keep it organized, keep it lined up. Okay? And I'll show you why after we do this problem. All right. So we're going to picture 824 divided by 8. So we start off 8 into 8. How many times? 1 time. Okay, and then we times. 1 times 8 is 8. Then we subtract. I get 0. Then we check. Is that smaller than my divisor? Yeah, it sure is. Then we bring down. Okay. Now that we brought down, we divide again. So you guys should be doing this along with me on page 311. 8 goes into 2 how many times?
0.
Notice I'm putting that right above the 2. 0 times 8 is 0. I subtract, and I got 2 left over. Okay. I check. Is 2 smaller than my divisor? Yes, it is. So I'm going to bring down my 4 next. Okay? Anytime I bring down, I've got to divide. 8 into 24, how many times?
3.
3. And 3 times 8 is 24. And we subtract. And we have 0. And I check, is that smaller than my divisor? It sure is. Is there anything else to bring down? No. Okay, so here's the trick when you divide decimals. And it's very easy. We don't even have to count up decimal places like when we're multiplying. All you have to do, class, watch here, is that decimal is going to go straight above. That's it. Okay? So $8.24 split into 8 equal groups is $1.03. Now, I gave you one hint, and that hint was keep it organized, keep it straight, keep it clean. Here's why. I'm going to show you what kids in the past have done. You don't have to do anything, just watch the board. Okay? Same answer. They did the division right. They did this. Goes in once, the next one was 0, and the next one was 3. Notice how it's not lined up at all? Then when they put the decimal straight ahead, that's what they did.
That doesn't even make sense.
That's way different, isn't it? So that's why my one hint to you is to keep it clean, keep it organized, keep it straight. Okay? So if some of you have to write problems bigger so you can, do it. All right? Especially in our homeworks. They don't give you much room in our homework. All right, let's try another one. I think this is number 4. Okay? Number 4, 2 and 52 hundredths divided by 3. We're going to pretend that this is just 252 divided by 3. Okay? So can 3 go into 25? Or 2, I'm sorry. How about 25? Okay, someone tell me, how many times? This is where we got to know our math facts. Goes in 8 times, doesn't it? 8 times 3 is?
24.
24. I subtract. Got 1. I check. Is 1 smaller than my divisor 3?
Yes.
Sure is. Bring down my 2. If I bring down, I got to divide again. 3 goes into 12. That's an easy one. How many times, class?
4.
4 times. Notice everything's nice and straight and neat. I subtract. I got 0 left. That's smaller than my divisor, and I got nothing else to bring down. Where do we put the decimal? Straight above. So if I just draw an arrow straight above, it goes right here. Now, anytime you have an answer where it's point something, get in the habit of putting the 0 in front of it. So 0.84. Okay? You should always have your ones place in there, not just point whatever. Okay, now the last one I want to go over with you, class, is a tougher one because now we're dividing by 2 digits. And I want to review this because it's been a while since we've done this. Now, a lot of us don't know our 27s very well, which is understandable because I don't either. So what I'm going to picture in my mind, I'm going to picture that 27 is 30. It's close to 30. So if I was going to count by 30s, how many 30s would fit into 97?
3.
Probably 3. So on the side, you guys do the same thing. This is called guess and check. We're going to take 27, not 30. Are you with me, Wyatt? And we're going to multiply it by what? 3. And we're going to check to see if that's close to 97. Well, 7 times 3 is 21. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. So is 81 close to 97? Well, if you're counting by 27s, yeah, it is. Okay, so I'm going to put 3 above the 7. Make sure it's nice and clean. And I figured that is 81. I'll put that underneath. And I subtract, and I got 16 left. Okay, thanks, Tylene. Now I'm going to bring down my 2. And 162 left over. Now I'm still picturing in my mind that 27 is 30, right? So if I count by 30s, which is basically counting by 3s with a 0, if I count by 30s, how close can I get to 162? What do you think? You think 5?
Yeah.
That'd be 150. 6 would be 180, right? So it's probably going to be between 5 and 6. So now we're going to do our guess and check over here of 5 and maybe even 6. We'll see. 27 times 5. Remember, not 30 times 5. That's just what we're picturing in our head. That's 35. That's 10 plus 3 is 13. 135. Do you think that's close enough to 162?
No.
Doesn't look like it. So maybe let's try 6. 27 times 6. You guys that are doing it, what'd you get? No, it's 162, isn't it?
Yeah.
42, and then 12 plus 4 is 16. So that's right what we need. So that'd be 6 times, which is 162. And then I subtract, and I got nothing left. Where's the decimal go? Straight above. So 3 and 6/10 would be my answer. Okay?